Utah's got to find somebody to step up, and I think it's got to be Gordon Hayward.
A lot of contact. Foul. Finishes from 8 feet out on the right side. Take that and wind it back. You are a bad, bad boy, Gordon Hayward.
He can shoot threes. He makes the right pass. He moves the ball.
When you look at his full body of work, he's been tremendous.
Time to rise and shine with Ramona Shelburne. And Ramona, Gordon Hayward goes to Boston. How do they give him a salary and keep the semblance of a team around him with the cap space thing?
Well, you know, it's amazing when you're dealing with the types of numbers we're dealing with on this. This is a $128 million deal. It actually all comes down to $300,000 because the salary cap was supposed to go up more than teams were expecting it to. It actually came in at $99 million this year. And so even if Boston does this very complex series of moves where they renounce the rights to a bunch of their players, I think it's 4 or 5 players they have to renounce rights to, they still can't get enough to give him that maximum salary. It's over $29 million, right? So they have to trade one of the 3 players, Jay Crowder, Avery Bradley, or Marcus Smart. They've been calling everyone in the league trying to find a good deal for those guys. Those are obviously key rotational players. And so they've engaged Utah in discussions on a sign and trade that would get Utah something for Gordon Hayward so they don't lose him for absolutely nothing. But all that does is get a massive trade exception for Utah, and they get a player back. Boston, they would just solve some of their salary cap issues, but there might be a trade out there for them where they actually could get something for one of those 3 key rotational players. And so that's what they're calling around trying to find out over the next couple of days.
Okay, I thought we were going to talk about Dion Waiters, but then he agrees to a 4-year, $52 million deal with Miami. So who do you want to talk about?
Well, look, Dion Waiters, apparently, like, the rent on Waiters Island is really good, beachfront property there. The Heat took a big swing trying to go after Gordon Hayward, and they didn't get him. And so their move, obviously, is to keep their guys home. I think the 4-year deal surprised some people. It was a longer deal than people were expecting for Waiters, and he had been talking to the New York Knicks. The Knicks had a lot of interest in bringing him to New York, which I know the tabloids there were already excited about. But now that they don't get him, they now go and look back at Derrick Rose, who they had an interest in bringing back, but only at the right number. Derrick obviously met with the Clippers in LA on Wednesday, and so Derrick's got a little market that's forming around him, and he actually may end up going back to New York because Dion Waiters didn't take the Knicks' money.
What's up with Chauncey Billups not getting the Cavs front office job? Not that we want him to leave ESPN because he's cool.
I know. Yeah, I know. I mean, apparently, you know, I think people misread it. Like, if you're Dan Gilbert, you want a guy like Chauncey Billups. As Chris Haynes and Mark Spears just reported, their offer to him not only was low, but it was very low around the league. Like, he would have been one of the lowest paid GMs in the league if he would have taken Dan Gilbert's offer. It was less than $2 million. And from what I'm told, it's not even just that it was a lowball offer. When they first started talking, I don't think there was much communication beyond that lowball offer. I don't think that the long protracted period things really were negotiated. I don't think they were going back and forth. And you know, if you're Chauncey Billups and you're in a position like that, you don't take that gig without knowing, 1, that they really want you, 2, that they're paying you to walk away from a good gig, and 3, that you're going to have some stability in Cleveland going forward. Because as you know, we've been talking about what happens after next year with LeBron James and his player option.
Ramona Shelburne, she's everybody's favorite.
It is with much regret that I announced that I am leaving SportsCenter.
Bottom line, he just came out too soon.
We're here to extend the program of that little kid who was going to be on SportsCenter because we have the Hot Take program for youth, and coincidentally, the first subject happens to be my nephew. Somehow he qualified. That's Abel Pasley. How old are you?
5.
Full transparency.
9.
Mm-hmm.
Just to get things rolling, can you say Royals, like Kansas City Royals?
Royals.
And then the Warriors. Say Warriors.
Warriors.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, you're starting to come around because they used to sound like the same word. You just flat out, I'm a homer for Seattle. You're wearing a Russell Wilson jersey.
So I'm wearing them right here.
I know. So how can you be objective?
I don't know.
All right. How do you think they're going to do this season?
Great. I think they're going to go Super Bowl and win it.
Do you think they're past that whole thing, the Richard Sherman, Russell, the whole deal?
I'm still with the Richard Sherman Camp Chancellor thing.
What? What'd you say?
The Camp Chancellor, Eric Thomas, Richard Sherman thing?
That's the three good defensive backs.
Right.
He listed them.
In that one Super Bowl, should they have handed the ball to Marshawn Lynch instead of trying to throw for a touchdown?
That was bad.
What was bad?
He didn't let Marshawn Lynch run it in. He can run it in.
You think Marshawn would have scored?
He would have because he's really good.
Tough beat, I got to tell you that. Now, you're in Marshawn's circle of trust. Where's Marshawn's head right now? Where's he going to be for the season with Oakland? And how are you with it?
I'm with it as mad. If he plays us, I'm going to be so mad, and I'm going to be like, we're going to kick your butt.
Can we say kicked your butt on television?
No.
Let's turn it to baseball. Mariners, still an outsider to make the playoffs, right? I mean, they need to be more consistent.
Well, they need a pitching to come back. The pitching.
Was Felix Hernandez's arm gone?
I think so. He doesn't throw 100-mile-hour pitches, but he is good because he gets Ks. He lost the Warriors game.
Royals or Warriors?
Warriors. Okay, the baseball team.
Who won the NBA championship?
Cubs.
No, that's World Series.
Who won the NBA title?
Oh, the Warriors.
You know who drafted Kevin Durant?
The Sonics?
Oh!
Yeah, boom.
Save our Sonics!
And if you went head-to-head against Stephen A. Smith, would you destroy him in any debate?
Sure, if he's on the basketball team, I don't think so.
He works for us. He's a person.
He's a football?
He played basketball in college, but he's a commentator who has hot takes.
I think I would question him if he's not in basketball.
Your parents saying it, I escorted you. I'd have like, coach. That's a joke, okay? 13D? Are you kidding me? 13D?
Wow. Uncle Kenny really sprung.
Extra leg room. One more time. Royals and Warriors, back to back.
Royals and Royals.
Royals and Royals. Okay, well, Abel, we're out of the gate in this new program. You got us off the ground.
Are we going to the Sounders yet?
Sounders, we had to kill the Sounders. They didn't make this cut. Sorry. You were fantastic. We were terrible.
We were.
I just kept doing good stuff.
You just kept bringing the noise is what you did.
Well, you bring the noise too because you just talked about some stuff about sports. And we didn't do Sounders. They got killed.
Good try, soccer. You almost made it.
We're all in the same room at a big conference table, and everyone's talking over each other, and I got confused. What the hell are we doing right now?
Yeah, our new digs are like NBA Summer League players. Works in progress. All right, here we go. Summer League. Jason Tatum, 21 points, 7 rebounds in his Summer League debut Monday. The Celtics got him, and he's got one proud NBA mama.
You want him to do so well, but you give him that pregame speech too, like, just be calm down and do your best, and it'll all work out. But I was so proud of him. I mean, 21 points in his debut. I did get on him, though. I was like, I need 3 more rebounds, a double-double.
And afterwards, somebody asked him, hey, there's shades of Kobe Bryant in your play. And he said, you know what? Kobe Bryant, that's my favorite player. And then he said, he was, and then I went to the Celtics. he wised up there. Boy, he looks wise against San Antonio. Getting up and down right there, and then gets the ball in the wing, and he goes yard right there, up and down. Take another look. Now, while he was doing that, the Spurs' Bryn Forbes had 31 on 6 of 8 shooting from 3, but he wasn't the 3rd pick in this year's draft, so he gets the shaft on the highlight. Tatum goes for 23 and 10. Celtics finished 2nd in the warm-up basketball game. Spurs beat him 81-70. All right, Markelle Fultz. This is another young guy you're going to hear a lot about, and it was against the Sixers that Tatum and the Celtics put on a show in their opener. Fultz putting on a show in this one. The 3 there, 3 here. Fultz, University of Washington, up in Kenny's country. Yep, 23 points. He also had 6 turnovers, 5 assists. Drives the lane, finishes there. Pick and roll, step back, Bobby Jack. Take another look. Bobby Jack Sumler, great shooter. Fultz, 23-13 in the 4th. But the Jazz won that one.
Last week, our friend Eldridge Rakasner, formerly of the NBA, was remarking on the huge money someone just got. And he said, so-and-so just got $20 million and I've never heard of him. I used so-and-so because I can't remember who Eldridge Rakasner was actually talking about. Also, I had never heard of the guy either. I have, and so has Eldridge Rakasner, heard of Swaggy P. How could we not? Swaggy P is a pretty standout name. His real name, Nick Young. And he didn't get 20 mil, but he did get to join the Warriors, who win a lot, and leave the Lakers, who don't. How about some standout moments from Swaggy P? The game winning 3, coming right here, 2016. Oh, this is way back in 2016. He had to fight his own teammate to get the ball, buried that. Neil, you can't teach this stuff. Bang. What else has he done?
Interesting. Come back before Zote. You got friends here.
You feel me? We back in the building. Y'all thought we was gone. My man Jay Lynn was doing his thing. Jay Hill doing his thing.
He's very reserved. That was the timing. His friends got way too hyped about a win. Although, when you don't win much, it's kind of good to get excited when you do. Then the very cool celebration on 3. That didn't work out. See, he turned. He thought he hit it, but he didn't. So up to the Warriors he goes. So here's how Kevin Durant welcomed his new teammate. No words, just that picture suit he did.
He threw some shade on him.
That's what they call it. Well, they can, be friends from now on out. During the 2016 NBA Finals, Young went out on Twitter and said, all this passing getting me mad. He's talking about how well Golden State moves the ball. Young backs it up. He's only had about 1 assist per game over his career. The only active guard who's averaged fewer assists, Dante Jones. And after playing for the Lakers over the last 4 years, he's certainly headed for better things, Golden State. Young, a career .319 win percentage, the worst of any active player. In fact, Warriors have won more games over the last 3 seasons than Young has in his entire tenure.